Hello. Just gonna wait for a minute for some people to come in. Brightness, low light compensation. Hello. Hello. All right, 1 second. Let's on for a minute.
Brings with it the rise of instability and violence. And that is what, when I think of what the former Israeli prime minister, the most decorated general and soldier in Israel's history said,
I'm here, so you
we don't have an answer as to what happens the decade after. And I think Donald Trump tonight, by going into this war, and there are questions about the legality of it, and there's even questions about whether he knew that this was going to happen. And I'll say this really quickly about that. There were questions as to whether or not Israel dog-walked the prime minister, Israeli prime minister dog-walked President Trump into this war. And what I mean by that is President Trump campaigned that he was not going to get involved in war. He talked just the day or two before this war began about how he wanted to give diplomacy a chance. And if you take a step back and see what really happened here, Donald Trump was either in on this ruse by the prime minister, meaning he was going to go along with what was happening
Rachel's face does say it all.
An attack on Iran.
Exactly.
But he was lying to the American people by coming out saying, hey, I want to give diplomacy a chance. I campaigned on not starting a war. And at the same time,
he lied?
He was completely unaware of what Israel was going to do, and that the Israeli prime minister potentially was running circles around him because he saw, hey, this is a president of the United States that was either incompetent or weak or indecisive. I'm going to launch this war against Iran, knowing that at some point the political pressure domestically among Republicans, supporters.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Basically, hi. You weren't going to see me until tomorrow. I've just still got cat hair and, and dinner ended up being about a gallon of popcorn made very quickly. But, that was, I agreed. I think it was Joyce who just said that was the fastest 2 weeks ever. Yes, exactly. So yeah, come on in. The dumpster fire is going to address the nation in about 11 minutes. Hello. I am not going to, I might pull it up on C-SPAN and have it with the captions up, but have the sound off, because I will not listen to him ever. So yeah, hello, Aurora. Oh, Ricky, hang in there. Yeah. Oh, can I not play it? Well, Ricky's kind of important, though. Oh yeah, Joyce says he'll just praise himself and talk about flagpoles. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Excuse me. Was not ready for this. Now, here's the thing. This afternoon, I made a song that I was going to debut tomorrow at the beginning of the live stream. And it's about chicken taco. And frankly, take that out. I don't know that it's entirely inappropriate now. If you're coming in late, hi. Everyone breathe. The moron in chief decided that 2 weeks were too long, and so pretty much I was getting horrible cards earlier today. Yeah, that the U.S. under Dumpy has bombed 3 sites in Iran. And in about 9 minutes, the commander-in-chief is going to address the nation, which we're not going to listen to. I cannot stand his voice. He thinks this is going to be a one and done. Oh, Ricky, that's very sweet. I've got to keep going, but thank you. I'm sorry. No, he did not go to Congress, and he didn't have to. He has legally, he has 60 days and then 30 days to get out. So basically, because of all of the power the executive branch has usurped over the years, he has 90 days to just attack whoever he wants. It's infuriating. Aspie Third Eye, yes. Congress was not advised in advance. Yeah. Bernie found out in the middle of a speech live at the podium. Oh, man. Hey, Amy, thank you so much. I think we all need some fermented grape juice now. I don't drink, but I can pour. And you fear for the population of Netanyahus. Yeah. Hello, Susan. Teresa says you think Bibi promised him Gaza. I think he already did. I mean, it promised him. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. The Starry Night. I think you're saying you're scared. Okay. Honestly, I think we're going to get through this. Because I do think my cute song about chicken tacos still applies, because I believe that Trump thinks this is going to be it. I would imagine that Israel was starting to run out of defensive missiles. So something had to be done. And yeah. So let's have a look at, are we done? Oh yes, Jenglins, Stephen Dracula Miller, Nazi Ferratu. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't illegal. My understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is it wasn't illegal. It was just wrong. So go about your business. We're going to get through this. Breathe. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Yeah, he's a 4. That's right in the middle. He sent those bombers over there. He caused some chaos. He's an absolute moron. And thank you, Alina. This is... My concern is more about this idiot really thinks everyone in Iran, all the sleeper cells, all the people who do support Iran, that they're just going to go, oh, okay. We're going to have to divert resources to combating this mess. Surprise. Oh, someone was saying, just says, well, I don't need to breathe. Oh, no, wait. Yes, I do. Exactly. Kenya Jones is saying this has to be a diversion. Look over here, not there. No, actually, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to respectfully just say, and I could be wrong, but I really do think that idiot in the White House thinks this is going to be it. Oh, a cat mom. Thank you so much. That really, really helps. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Patricia. Thank you. All right. So, Iran, what are they going to do? Everybody's waiting to hear what they have to say. And I'm sure they're just going to be like, oh, you were right. You know, Gosh, we really shouldn't have done that. Kind of like leaving your lawn chair over on the neighbor's lawn. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what I was thinking. Yes, you're absolutely right to have taken a hammer to the lawn chair. Nobody wants more war. Very few people want more war. The vast majority of the people on the entire planet right now, honestly, the majority of people on the face of this earth right now are saying, please don't go to war. Please don't go to war. Please don't go to war. There will be judgment, and in his bad judgment. Oh, yeah, we've got 3 minutes until President Dumpster Fire starts flapping his gums. All of our bases are on high alert. This is walking away from allies and on the defensive, because we walked away from allies and he did a dumb thing. There isn't even confirmation that they actually were that close to having a nuclear weapon. Joanne says blocking the Strait of Hormuz would spike global oil prices, possibly to $100 or $150 a barrel, hitting Europe hard with energy shortages, higher costs. Wouldn't help us any. Yeah. Whew. And Scanman says the U.S. bombs may destroy the Iranian nuclear program, but not the Iranian ambition to build one. Yes, and it's not as if, they destroyed our plant. We only had it here in paper, and there are no backups. Okay, hang on. Let me see what's going on here, because I am not listening to a word, but I might quietly. We'll see. I do want to just make it small. And 1 second. Where am I? I'm right there. All right.
Not necessarily at war with Iran. We have joined Israel in a war to reshape the Middle East. The president clearly will try and frame this as a one and done, that the U.S. used its capacity to deliver a knockout blow. But once again, the map of the Middle East is changing, and the U.S. is helping to change it.
Yeah, one and done.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Richard Engel joining us tonight from Tel Aviv. Richard, I know it's going to be a long night yet, and it's already 5 a.m. there. Thanks very much for being with us, my friend. I appreciate you being here. It is 10 o'clock Eastern right now, and we are awaiting moments from now live public remarks from the White House from President Donald Trump. He has ordered tonight the U.S. military to bomb 3 sites in Iran. The United States has been at odds with Iran in national security and even military terms for decades, but we have never before, since the Iranian Revolution, directly launched a U.S. military attack on Iran proper. That has happened tonight. 3 nuclear sites, a site near Isfahan, the Natanz site, and the Fordow site in central Iran have all been hit by U.S. bombers. The president announced this action on his niche social media site, which is called Truth Social, at which point he said that the American aircraft who carried out these strikes have all left Iranian airspace and they were safely on their way home. The president and the White House have done very little to prepare the American people for this eventuality, which may be a strategic necessity if this needed to be a surprise attack. But in real political terms, it means that the justification for this type of attack is not something that has been clearly articulated by this president or by this White House leading up to it. And indeed, you're seeing objections, bipartisan objections tonight from Congress that this may have been an illegal act of war because it was not authorized by Congress. But we'll go now to the White House, where we're expecting live remarks from the president.
Oh, I'm going to mute him. He's not. We're not listening to
delivers them.
A word out of his.
We don't always bring you
whiny, shouty,
live as they happen.
Face.
In an incident like this, where the U.S. has carried out a military campaign against Iran, of all places, obviously there's reason to bring these remarks to you live.
Okay, so there's that. I'm going to bring this up, make it small, just so we can see. No sound, not a chance of sound. And it's muted here. And I'm turning on captions. I'm making that bigger. And then I'm making this smaller as soon as my, can we read it if it's not? No, not really. Okay, we'll just do it this way. You can ignore him. All right, what I was getting was, is this a one and done? Well, this idiot is hoping it's a one and done. But you're just spinning the wheel. You've stirred the pot. Yes, what a mess, Carolyn. That is exactly it. Hello, Laura. Yeah. So we really need to worry about sleeper cells and stuff like that. Kristen, hey, from Uncover the News is here. Just in, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said, quote, President Trump misled the country about his intentions. Yeah. Unquote, to bring peace to the region in the wake of the strike. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said President Trump misled the country about his intentions to bring peace to the region in the wake of a strike on the nuclear sites. I think there's a comma missing, not for anything you did wrong, but the person who wrote that. Eeps. Amanda's pointing out that Hegseth Rubio, Keg's Breath, Little Marco, and Shady Vance don't look very confident back there. Yeah, they really don't. Oh, his guideliner is in a tizzy. News on Iranian TV says every American citizen or soldier in the region is now a legitimate target. Yeah. So, hello. Or says it's all distraction from domestic upheaval. We were talking about that when I first came on, and basically talking about how it probably isn't, because I think it has to do with Israel. It's probably one, how much land and money President Grift here has been promised, but it's also, I would not be surprised if after night after night after night after night after night after night that Israel is running out of defensive weapons or to knock down the missiles. So something had to happen. Do you see us going to war with Iran? Jack is asking. All right, well, I will ask that. Sparky, I agree. Congratulations, idiots. Tiny little pin-headed. And he really thinks, oh, that's it. It'll go away in 2 weeks. Oh, God bless Israel. Isn't that good to hear? And that was it. I feel enlightened, don't you? And schedule programming. Okay. So, I don't know that there's much else to see in the news right now. So I don't have I have overlays. I just don't know that I have one that's going to help. Oh, I know. I've been waiting for this. I've been saving this. It's been sitting in my drafts over here for months. Let's hope for peace. This is his legacy. But he's not the one who would suffer. Wheel of Fortune, it's just spinning the wheel. I'm just getting it. It's just a matter of where this is going to come back to bite us. If you, for example, if you remember that heinous attack on Israel by Hamas, remember that? Okay. They said it was 5 years in the planning. Okay. If you go back 5 years from when that happened, or 4 years, whatever they said it was, funny, what was going on right at the time they started planning that attack on Israel? It's when Dumpy moved the embassy in Israel. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem, which everybody else had agreed not to do, but he did it. This is going to bite us later. Ace of Cups. Oh, is this just giving power to Democrats? Ooh, lots of power to Democrats. And he's going to just go golf. But this is... They're not... They didn't go for a regime change. They didn't... Kristen saying breaking news on Iranian TV. No nuclear radiation is expected. All enriched uranium has been removed from the facilities in advance. My understanding is, aren't they sitting actually on? Like they just drill down and just go, oh, okay, let's just refine that. Constance, on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried is Autumn and her cards? My concern is Trump doesn't think things through. And he has no concept of follow-up. Cody's saying shades of 2003. I don't see that because we don't have a Dick Cheney. The reason we ended up in Iraq is Dick Cheney. And we don't have that right now. And this is just a rise of, thank you, Sarah, so much. This is just a rise of Democratic power. Republicans aren't super happy, but the cult members will also say, oh, it's no big deal, but we know. And this doesn't stop Iran from trying to attack Israel. It really doesn't. And Kelby says, didn't Iran already have an $80,000 bounty on Taco? I thought it was a couple million. That is absolutely true, Gail. Trump doesn't play chess. He plays golf. And he cheats. Full. Yeah, I'm getting the same information. But I definitely wanted to come on because this is you know, this is what we do. We go through the news together, especially if we're upset or worried. So, Laura says, Bibi Yahoo is definitely giving Trump Gaza, in my opinion. Oh, well, you know, as long as there's something in it for him. This case is MTG. Oh, Marjorie Trader Green has posted against attacks. Let's hope this brings a massive division in the MAGA world. Ooh, we could look at that. Yeah, art of the deal, exactly, Patricia. Now we wait. That's the plan. But now Dumpy has to go deal with some very angry Republicans. What happened to America First? Disappointment. Because he didn't deal with the problem. He didn't. This did what? We wait. Decision. And yes, we're going to be voting for Democrats. Yes. And if we vote in big enough numbers, they cannot mess with anything. They can't override a blue wave that's big enough. We wait. Aaron Parnos breaking. Oh, we love Aaron. The United States enters the war in Iran. Everything you need to know. Okay. Well. Spiritual Hack says Russia is signaling they will not interfere and are likely to step in to negotiate. Like a ceasefire. Yeah, Russia's all about peace. Thank you for telling us. Oh, thank you, Claude. Gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it just stirred the pot. But that doesn't mean necessarily full-blown. But it's playing with fire. There will be repercussions down the road. There just will. Dwight is asking, is Israel really calling the shots with U.S. actions in the Middle East? You mean manipulating President Grift? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. Oh, and a heart, Alfie. He just helped destabilize. Page of Wands, his legacy. Oh, more expense. Oh, and the military-industrial complex is loving it, of course. Tower full. So we wait. We'll get through it, though. We will get through this. Will it get Felonious 45 impeached? No. No. Not until we vote in big enough numbers to get Democrats in complete control as much as possible, rather, in Congress. Laura gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Is that Sparky? Yes, they want people to be afraid. So pathetic. They are pathetic. And I told you, I'm debuting a new song tomorrow on my new live stream. which is, it's called swing chicken taco, and not like swing like anything bad, just you'll see, and you'll hear. And I stand by it because he's a con man, and this was pathetic. This was absolutely pathetic. What did you do? What did you manage to do? Nothing. He thinks he can do a half a word. I try to keep it really clean on this channel. Half behind job. Everything will be fine. Jay says Hal Sparks is on live too. Oh, that does. Hal's very good. Sparky says, do you play any instruments? Oh, me? No, not since I was a teenager. So, all right. Okay, I'm waiting. We're waiting. That's it. Minor arcana. We're good. I have nothing, but we have to wait. We have to wait to see how this is going to play out. Because Iran is not just going to go, oh, shucks, sorry. But it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, are we going to have to move our military back to Iran or back into the Middle East? Hello, sweetheart. Cat Mom says we must all stand in our light and send it out to the world. Yes. Yeah, please don't forget that the links are in the description box. One is for Stay Calm. You should come on more like 11:40 than 11:30, but right before the noon live stream. Just a handful of us get together. It's not even monetized. A handful of us get together and we meditate and we do some very simple stretching and calming breathing just in our chairs. So, and it's free. Don't even have to watch an ad unless YouTube throws one on there. It has nothing to do with me. So the links in the description for Stay Calm. And in the afternoon, there's creative sprints as well. So, it's Wheel of Fortune. It's there. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Makes a huge difference. I don't like this Wheel of Fortune. It's in the middle of everything. But Democrats and the sentiment of peace gets in the way. What I'm getting here is massive pushback within the country, this country. Massive pushback. Huge pushback. We do not want, there's so many people in this country who's like, no thanks, no war. That's okay. Okay. Well, it's a long time until the midterms, until 2028. Veronica says, someone said, no way can the damage be determined within minutes. It takes days. There is that. Thank you for being here, Crystal Blue. Carol says, I've gone to beet juice to control my rising blood pressure since November. Oh. Sparky says, how about Israel? And that, it's not exactly popular. I can't imagine why. Woodpile Witch says, the Hierophant does not like an uncertain wheel. No kidding. That's a great way to put that. Amanda says, everyone go love on your animals and your children. Yep. Lucky Girls. Oh, Lucky Girl's here. The international treasure. Lucky Girl says, but I thought this was branded Autumn After Dark. So let the swear words fly, girl. Autumn After Dark. Well, if it was after dark, you wouldn't be able to see me. Israel is having its troubles. And we'll still have some troubles. And okay, the bunker. Okay, the B-2s were sent from they're stationed here in the U.S. and we knew they flew to Guam, and then they and their supply vessels, what have you, all turned off their trackers in Guam, which was kind of a little like, okay, this is what we're doing. And this isn't something that they could just give to the Israelis, because the bunker buster, they're imagine an extremely large torpedo going nearly straight down, well, actually at an angle, but nearly straight down, that can cut through, is it 200 feet of reinforced concrete to get inside bunkers? And nobody else has that. But we also have control of them, and we don't hand them out. Also, we have the planes to get them where they need to go. But Dumpy thinks this is just, he just comes in, he just breaks something in the china shop, and just keeps walking. Paulie says he's a nightmare that never ends. He is the nightmare that never ends. It just goes on and on. No, we're going to be okay. Oh, Valerie, thank you. Initiate reverse swear jar. Dang, blast it. Also, for asking, they used those in Afghanistan, didn't we? I don't know. Not off the top of my head. Well, this isn't going away. Israel is still going to have big problems. For the record, I am not a fan of Netanyahu. I despise him. Not the Israeli people. I despise Netanyahu. But after that, it's just, we're just going to go about our business. That's all we can do. And just like Mr. Rogers' mother told him when he saw crises on TV, look for the helpers. And now that we're the adults, if we can be the helpers, be the helpers. I guess the good thing is I'm not picking up the worst of the worst of the worst. I'm not. But the idea that tra-la-la and this isn't going to come back and bite us in some, like I said, there are Iranian sleeper cells in this country. There are sleeper cells for all kinds of enemies in this country. They just are. It's most vexing. But, all right. All right, so will you be able to sleep tonight? Do you think you'll be able to? Let's do this. All right. we'll do the first part, the easy part of what I do at Stay Calm. The first part. Zero psychic anything. It's just right at the beginning. All right. Jeannie, I did ask about retaliation. Everybody's on. Yeah. This is going to come back and bite us in here. Little pockets is what I'm getting. But, okay. So, yeah. Okay. When you start on Stay Calm in the morning, where you're always welcome to come, links in the description. We start with the least dignified part of the whole thing. All right. By stretching. Stretch. Big stretch. Do a big stretch. Seriously. Just do a big stretch. Keep breathing. Do a big stretch. All right. And then stretch out to the sides. Okay. And then grab a knee. Pull it up to your chest if you can. All right. Just for a second. And then grab your other knee. Pull that up. Because we need to just move a little bit. And then raise and lower your shoulders. Hello. Raise and lower your shoulders. So, because we carry this stress in our muscles right here, these knots, and we need to get some circulation and those muscle fibers moving a little bit. So just raise and lower your shoulder a few times. And then scientists figured out that if we take at least twice as long to breathe out as we do to breathe in, it calms our nervous system. As a matter of fact, deep sea divers do this. They know this. All right, so we're going to start with just take 3 breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, so breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. And then what we normally do is you have this energy center right on the top of your head. If I go right here, there. We have this energy center right here on the top of your head. This is your connection to the divine, to the angels, to your higher self, to your guides, to those on the other side who love you and whom you love. And so when you're trying to sleep tonight, take a little time, picture the divine as beautiful white light. It's white because it contains every color. Beautiful, loving, healing energy pouring down through the top of your head, down into your whole system, into all of your energy centers, into all of your cells. And just relax the back of your tongue. That'll quiet your mind down, at least for a few moments. But just make sure you're breathing out steadily and then breathing in and slow, longer. Hello, sweetheart. And we're going to go cuddle on the great chair of happiness, which is right there. But just focus on that waterfall of loving, healing energy. Yes, dear. All right? So, give it a whirl. We're going to get through this. He's an idiot. And I'm still going to debut the new little song tomorrow at the beginning of the normal noon live stream, Central Time here on the Black and Orange channel, because he's still a taco. This was pathetic. This was pathetic. This was the bare minimum, and which is exactly what we did not need here. So yeah. Anyway, it'll be fun. You'll like it. All right. Hang in there. Yes, dear. Okay, we're gonna go cuddle. We're just gonna go sit on the chair and we're gonna cuddle. Hang in there. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. And I will see you tomorrow. All right. Be well. Be well. Bless you. Big hug. Big hug.